welcome back to the Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide podcast. It's been a little while since the last episode, but maybe you're listening to this in the future and you don't even know that there was a lapse and a little hiatus here, but it's fine. All that matters is that we're back. I think we're gonna hopefully be able to get back into the swing of regular episodes and stuff.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I looked at the last time we recorded, and it was back in May, which is pretty crazy. That's a long time ago.
That's unbelievable
September
to me.
Now during recording,
I would not have ever guessed that would be the actual time. If that's
I wouldn't have either.
That's correct though.
Yeah, it was May 20th. Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah.
We've been busy though, me and Abby moved into our house. If you're watching the video on YouTube, you can see that I'm in a different room now.
Yep, new background, looks good now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm in the same place here.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So basically, this so far this season, I want to do a little quick recap. I went back and kind of looked through some of the prior episodes. It was basically like new hot Lisa. That's a big plot point that's changed. That's a thing that's changed this season. And then Ned continues to pursue Susie. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but this time in this season, she's actually interested.
Turns out, but we'll get into that.
She hasn't been interested in the past. I think they've mentioned it a little bit in the other episodes too, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like...
Because I think she liked him when they went out to the dance in the end of season 2.
She's crazy. Again and again. We've always said, she's always been crazy, so we've always said that she's crazy, but I mean, it's like, what else can you say?
I think she's starting to get more sane, though.
Maybe she started some sort of a meditation regimen.
I hope so, yeah.
Maybe she started medication.
Also, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, when we were watching the episode, I had like a little Negroni, little cocktail that was good, and then this is a Dogfish Head, sour goza classic Sequench Ale. The Sequench Ale is a classic brew. I'm
drinking Coppertail Brewing's Florida Special, the Buccaneers Special Edition lager for this season. It's pretty good.
What is it, like just a regular beer?
Yeah, it's just like a nice lager, basically. Yeah. What does
that
it
sounds
say?
good.
Does it say anything special? 25 years later, there's nothing more original. No, it's just a lager. But yeah, this episode, I feel like both parts were just fine. Thoughts?
Yeah,
I think weakest of season 3 so far.
Yeah, because the previous couple of episodes, I remember we both enjoyed.
Have been really strong.
We were hype on. Yeah. This one, it was just like two kind of vague topics. First of all, we got. It
was like going through the motions.
It was a little bit. I mean, there was a little bit of a hinge point at the end of the first episode. And we can get into that. Because Susie asks Ned out.
Yeah. She does.
So that's a little bit like...
Because there's a weird situation that happens with that in the first episode with Missy. It's like she's just like fucking with him for no reason, I guess. I guess because she likes him.
It was weird, and I don't understand fully the motivation behind her actions.
Yeah, so basically the first episode is popularity.
Yes, popularity.
Right? So the whole thing about this episode is that there's a popularity list being published in the school.
It got leaked.
Which is, it's kind of fucked.
Someone leaked it. It goes from 201, so I don't know if that means there's only 201 students in the class.
I think some kids are getting left out of that.
It's just the top 201 hottest kids in the class, or not hottest, but most popular kids, which they eventually just do go on to say popular kids
just the hottest.
They're just the hottest kids, which is weird to say, but
and somehow
to them,
Ned is not in the top 10.
And this is actually, it's not subjective, it is objective, and it is scientific. It is based on science.
Yeah, so the creator's using high level statistics and science.
And a lot of it,
shape.
Yeah. Who's got the most symmetrical, perfect ratio face?
Yeah, the golden ratio.
I don't know if it's like who has the most friends, like, and stuff like that comes into play. I don't know, but
Who's got friends?
a lot of the episode comes. It's like a detective story. You're trying to figure out who is the one that leaked this list and created all this.
Yeah.
All this turmoil.
Cook is the only one that really cares who created the list.
He is the only one that's on. He's the only detective.
Everyone else is like, who gives a fuck? Everyone else is like, Cook, chill for a second.
Well, everyone else is just like. I think most people don't
busy.
care. Most people don't care, and then like Coconut Head is real hype about the list, even though he's number 73.
They're labeled as like the band kids or whatever, the band geeks. So the band geeks care,
Low
and then
70s.
The popular kids care, and then like these basically Ned's crew cares. Everyone else could not care less, like does not give a shit.
Yeah, you just fall where you fall. It's like
like at the end when the goth kid looks at it, he's like, I don't fucking care.
He does get
he
fried.
Like tells Coconut to get out of his face.
Well, so the popular kids do have a force field that surrounds them, and invisible until you run into a force field.
Yeah.
And if you're not popular, you do get fried by the force field.
Yeah, you're gonna get fried big time.
It's like
all right?
it's like
I don't know what the science is behind
It's like
that.
what they had in Ep 1. You know, the Gungans.
The Gungans, yeah. No, that's a good one, dude. They have those weird jelly force fields.
Yeah. Ned is number 40.
I was just over at my parents,
yeah.
actually, and they still have that Star Wars Episode 1 plate. I checked in the cabinet to make sure they didn't get rid of it.
You should never get rid of that. I'm surprised you didn't take
these
it.
Fucking,
you don't want to have that at your house?
I should have taken it. They still have these fucking Shrek glasses too.
Those are
They're
amazing.
like these glass
That's
nice
good.
Shrek glasses.
You need those.
I think Shrek 2. I think
those.
it's not even the first one. I think it's Shrek 2. Dude, they're still using them. One was in the drying rack in the sink.
It's like one of their favorite. Yeah, they love it. That's good.
They're like, I'm not getting rid of these.
What are we gonna buy? Another glass?
Yeah, they're like, I'm not getting rid of this set. It's back when McDonald's used to make like glassware. I don't know if you remember that. I think that's just an early 2000s thing. I don't think they do that anymore.
I don't know. Maybe in some places. Maybe like that's like something.
You could just get some crystal from McDonald's.
The McDonald's in like you got to go to an Asian McDonald's to get the crystal.
You got to go to
Fine
McDonald's at fucking Disney World, dude.
True. Or Disney World. Ned is number 42 on the list, which we think.
Too low.
He's in high demand.
Way too low.
We find out.
He has 2 of the top 10 girls pining over him.
Actually,
how does that make sense to throw him at 42? I don't think this creator knows shit.
Not only that, but he's best friends with Mose, who came in at number 8 off the bat.
I would say he's pretty good friends with Seth too.
He's become good friends with Seth. Seth has. I was thinking about this earlier. Seth is one of the characters.
Didn't he teach Seth how to read?
He did teach Seth how to read, and Seth is an underrated character because Seth is like a multi-dimensional character, even though he's very one-dimensional. He starts out kind of like the bad guy, but he comes out as a good guy.
He's got a good line in this show too. In this episode,
yes,
where he just keeps saying, "I saw a TV show," and then he pauses for like a good amount of time. He goes, "And it was good," and everybody loves it. Everybody's partying.
Yeah, it's like the word of God spoke, and it was good.
Yeah.
Susie's number 7. I think we said that.
Yeah.
But
Mose is number 8. Cook is 129.
129. He's salty
Missy's
as fuck about
1.
it. Yeah, Missy.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. And I think it is too low. I think I agree with him. I think he should be 42, and Ned's got to be like number 20.
He's
21 maybe.
In the 20s.
Yeah.
He's just Ned.
Mose, I think Mose should be down at 129.
That's the thing.
No
it's like
cap,
it's like okay. Ned mingles with more people. Ned is more multifaceted. You know, he can slot himself into any situation really. But Mose, I think she can really only. She's tried to get friends before, but she's kind of failed.
She's not good at getting friends. Everybody thinks she's weird
or mean, and she's worried about that before. She's addressed how she thinks she's mean.
Yeah, they address it almost every episode. It seems like.
It's one of her main character flaws.
They're like, what the fuck is the deal with Mose?
But Missy decides that she's gonna make Ned think that she's gonna help him infiltrate and become popular. This is her.
Yeah.
And at first I thought she was actually helping him. Did you know that the whole time that she was gonna fuck him over?
I didn't remember. No,
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah. Because eventually she starts to get him to do ridiculous things with his body.
Yeah, she writes "you stink" on his face.
She says,
in
"I'm
all
gonna put
caps.
makeup on you." And for some
Yeah.
reason he didn't realize that she was just writing words on his forehead and face,
with like Sharpie.
all across this everything, like the bridge of his nose and everything.
Yeah, he thought she was like applying some foundation or something.
Yeah, something
dude.
like that.
He's like, I'm gonna look caked up.
I'm gonna look like a doll. I'm gonna look like a wax mannequin. Make me look like
Make me look featureless.
yeah. Make me look like Max
Make
Headroom.
me look like a Ken doll. That's it.
The nerd, though, yes. Albert Wermenheimer. He's the guy
Glasses
with the
guy. I don't know if we knew his name before.
We didn't know his name before, but we've talked about him before. He's the guy with the gag fake glasses.
Yeah, gag glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Worminator, aka Albert Wormenheimer. And I don't know, it seems like they're just shoehorning him in again. You know, I feel like it should have been like Corley or something.
That would have been good, because it is like a little bit...
Because Corley's done that thing before where he's like the guy in the shadows, you know?
Yeah, but I guess he can only do so many different little hustles in the shadows at the end of the day.
They just never show him anymore. I mean, they show him next episode for a split just to be a dick, but like they don't show him much. Not featured. He's not getting a Wormenheimer time, you know?
Not in this episode. Yeah, Albert he even had a hat that said the Worminator, which if your name's Worm something, I mean that's a great handle in and of itself.
Yeah, and especially for like elite level hacker that he
exactly, because Cookie found out like it's the Worminator, like he saw that's the hacker's handle. I don't know how the fuck
he signed it. I don't know. Yeah, he signed it at fucking hacker.net or some shit.
And then pretty easily, Cookie actually gets Albert to turn himself into him, basically. And then they team up as the nerds. They're like, what if we could be popular? At first, Albert is like, no, this is the true list.
Yeah, he's like, no shot. Yeah.
This is actual...
He's like, this is like the Bible.
Yeah. This is actual...
This is honor.
Like, scientifically true. You can't break the laws of physics.
He didn't want... Basically, he was being honorable. He didn't want to use it for his own personal gain. I mean, he put himself low as shit. He's like, I'm an ugly, dumb bastard.
Yeah, he didn't do it for vanity. He did it for the love of science. And
he
that's
did it, for
honorable.
the love of statistics. And yeah... He's like, this is just good knowledge.
Or he could be a eugenicist. That was another thing that's possible.
He might be. That did cross our mind when they started talking in depth about like face size and like shape and stuff.
Yeah. But it's all done by AI. At the end of the day, it's all done by computers. So.
Yeah, and then Missy also, in addition to the makeup, pierces Ned's face all up with a bunch of, like 1,000 rings.
Are we meant to believe those are true piercings?
I think in the show's universe, they were supposed to be real. I don't think they were clip-ons.
I don't think it's advisable by anybody to get that many facial piercings in that amount of time. I feel like you would destroy your face.
All those are going to get infected. Every single one of those got infected.
Yeah, because it was like across his whole lip, multiple in his nose, all up in here. It was preposterous. It was like the guy from Ripley's Believe It or Not with the split tongue and the whole shit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and like the implants that give him horns and shit.
Yeah. And
you don't see enough people like that.
True. Extreme body modification people.
Extreme body mod. Modders. They dye their like eyes black so you can't see the whites of their eyes.
Yeah,
that shit is crazy.
He's like, I'm a transhumanist.
It's pretty wild.
They all are.
Let us know if anybody in the nation is a transhumanist.
They're all like, Ned is gross.
Yeah,
and they weren't wrong.
Basically, I assume it hurt his rankings.
It didn't. It didn't help his numbers.
Didn't help. now, even though 2 of the top 10 leaders are pining over the man.
Well, yeah. So basically, exactly. Missy reveals her hand eventually. When Susie walks up with her own face marred in the same way as Ned, with "You Stink 2" written.
Yeah.
2, the number 2.
Marred and scarred.
Yeah. She's never going to be the same.
No.
That was a tattoo.
She's been devastated by it. But yeah, she's basically like, because she confronts Misty before this, basically being like, you know I like Ned. Why are you doing this stuff? And Misty says, rightly so, listen, Susie, you've had your shot. You've had your chances.
The idea that Missy is saying, I like Ned, and being mad, it's like Ned has been all over you since the fucking Ep1 of this show. And you've just been denying
F1.
him. You've been ignoring him. You've been looking past him. She was with Loomer
Dated
for a whole
Billy
fucking
for a
series.
year?
Yeah, there was a whole season. Exactly.
It was like 2 seasons. It happened in the first.
It was like a
started
season
in
and
the
a
first
half
season.
at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What an insane amount of time.
Yeah, she's just she wants her cake and to eat it too. And Missy at the same time wants Ned, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know, like.
Yeah, it's a weird scenario. It's
Why,
not. I feel like it's not 100% fleshed out.
They don't say why she's attracted to Ned.
Because of his mop-headed trickster ways.
She put a spell on him. She's just been bewitched by his boyish charms.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like
although he's less mop-headed this season.
he is. He got a haircut. He's a little bit more clean cut.
Yeah.
He's still pretty short. He's not that tall.
He grew a little bit. He was not as short as he used to be. Back in season 1, that man was small.
He's still taller than Corley.
He's like, Corley is a small man.
Yes.
He's a tiny man.
Yes.
They
do end up hacking the list.
That really happens.
They do end up
this
hacking the
episode,
list,
dude.
though, right? They hack the list. They remove some people from the top 10, insert themselves, Albert and Cook, into the top 10.
They copy and paste.
That was the ultimate hack. That was the only thing that would work.
In like this fake ass looking program that they're using.
What even came of them being in the top 10? Do you even remember what came?
Nothing. They hated it because at the end they show them hanging out with the popular kids,
and they just don't have anything to say to them.
It's just the same shit. The popular kids literally just laugh the whole time.
Right.
That's just all they're doing.
Yeah, they laugh at nothing. Probably because they're on drugs.
They also, I don't know if you mentioned this, they have like an orbital attraction to them. So like if you get near them and you are a top 10 member, you get sucked in.
Yeah, they have gravity.
Yeah, it happened to Mose numerous times.
It might be the same. It might be the same like field at work that is the force field. It attracts those who are beautiful and true, and it rejects the ugly
and denies
and disgusting.
Rejects the ugly. Well, not necessarily the ugly, but it rejects the just people that aren't officially in the top 10.
Listen, man, I will quote
because
Ned.
Verminator gets in, and you could say that man is ugly.
Yeah, he
Verminator's ugly.
No, but at the end of the episode, what Ned says is popular kids are just like you, but better looking.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's
the last
shitty.
line of the episode, isn't it?
This basically episode had no moral to it, or like ending like like hook or anything. It's like it was not my thing. Did I miss any notes here? Missy gets bumped down to rank 73 at the end. So
taking basically the spot used to be occupied by Coconut Head. That's fun. We learned Susie doesn't specifically doesn't like body jewelry, and she is.
Susie hates it. No.
She revealed that to Missy like a little bit like earlier, and that's why Missy was like, "All right, Ned, heavy on body jewelry," because he wanted to sabotage him completely.
Yeah,
that's pretty much. It's like it's dumb. It's
the
ridiculous.
Webisode.
I hate it. Yeah, no. I don't know.
Yeah, it was not a good episode.
It wasn't bad.
I'm ready.
Disappointing.
I know what I'm giving it.
You go.
And I'm going to lay it thick. I'm giving
first.
it a 5 out of 10. It was a disappointing
episode. I wrote
episode.
the same thing down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 5 out of 10, easy.
Yeah, it hurts to give because I don't even know if I've given a Ned at that low before.
No, that's the worst.
I know
one.
I had done it with Drake and Josh a good amount of times.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the weakest. I think so.
That was a weak episode. And to move on to the second half, not much better. Although it has a better title, Stressing Out, which on IMDb it is correctly titled Stressing Out, but then on Amazon it's just called Stress.
Yeah.
So,
I do think it's a better episode.
reason.
I think it's definitely a better episode, but it's not a great episode, right? Yes. But I think that it's
maybe.
It's at least.
But this is the first episode we get Evelyn Kwan in.
Evelyn Kwong.
Yeah.
Cookie's.
It's the first time we see her, which is essentially like Cookie's Mindy. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe less attraction, but
I don't know, man. I think that there's definitely sexual tension underpinning a lot of their interactions some of the time, not all the time.
I think maybe on her side.
On
I
her
don't
side,
think Cook is reciprocating.
Yes, it's on her side only for some reason, which is weird.
You could tell at the end
it's
when
because
he
she's
was
so
like
intense.
Not into it anymore.
Yeah.
He was like not into it, and she was like down. You know.
Yeah, she wants. She I think that she wants to do things to him, but he doesn't want them done.
Cook can't handle that kind of stuff, dude.
But yeah, they're in basically a pissing match of who's the smartest, like try hard, like fuck nerd, person in the school.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that they go at an essay contest. Ultimately, is what ends up happening, and it's like who can write the longest essay. It doesn't have to do with the content of the essay. You could, I guess, write just nonsense.
Also, there are like bulletined real-time grades being posted in the school.
Yeah, this is the
like
superstar
in real
badass
time
list.
as they get updated. Like that doesn't happen. I don't remember that ever happening.
You can see where everybody sits in the class. Like you can see this guy's got a C. He's fucked.
It was it was just like the top 15 of the school. It was like being posted by the principal. He's like harassing the students.
He's like, we got to bump these numbers up.
That's basically what he was saying to Cook. He's like, because the principal of the other school was calling him and just laughing at him.
Yeah, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright says that our English scores are not as good as Jefferson Middle, and the principal from Jefferson Middle has been calling me and just laughing. So, and then he pulls his phone rings, and you just hear the laughter in his face. It's laughing at him,
which is a pretty good gag.
It was funny. That was
Where was Krubs?
That's a good question.
Maybe that's why I didn't like the episode as much. Lacking Krubs action.
You see, at least this episode had Gordy, but it didn't have Krubs.
But not super interesting Gordy.
No.
He wasn't doing a whole lot.
No, I agree. They
like Ned
him.
tried to get advice from him, and he was literally just trying to nap the whole time.
Yeah, we got like heroin Gordy this episode. I don't know what's going on. Pill Gordy.
Yeah, Pill Gordy, dude. He had been literally fucking down in bars all day.
Yeah, maybe he is. True. He might be just hungover. He's just trying to catch up on some lost sleep from a bender the night before. But yeah, he's every 10 minutes he's taking a nap. Then he goes on missions after in between.
And Gordy basically just is telling Ned the whole time he's just got to chill out. Like he's like just be like me, just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if you just didn't care about anything?
Which, you don't want to take that to the extreme levels, obviously.
Yeah. It was interesting though. Cookie and Evelyn, they when they do a thing where they're like reading books aggressively across the table. It was like a courtship ritual. It was like watching some lizards, engage in some sort of a courtship.
Yeah. When they do like the push-ups and the fucking neck thing.
Yeah, it kind of felt like that. They were trying to outdo each other.
Yeah.
Prove each other that they're worthy of one another.
Lisa was trying to snake in, trying to ask Cook out.
Yeah, Lisa comes in. Cookie just doesn't, he still doesn't see, which is, it doesn't make sense. It's inconsistent for the Cookie character to not want, because he was fucking all over Lisa now that she's had her work done on her transformation. Yeah. He's all over her.
She did have a lot of work done. It's a shame.
And I mean, everybody's all over her, to be fair, but it's like the idea that I don't think Cookie's that into school. Like sometimes they make him super nerdy, sometimes they make him not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a big school head though. He's
You
in
think
that
that he
advanced
likes
math
books
class
more
and
than
shit.
Puss, though? At the end of the
No,
day,
no shot.
I
No
think
shot.
that was. I didn't buy it.
You think that was
I
against
couldn't.
his character?
That is what I could not suspend my disbelief for.
I mean, that's true. He is a man that like multiple episodes are dedicated to him just trying to be near women.
He's horny all the time. Yeah, exactly. He's a horn dog.
It was.
It's one of his character traits. Some might say.
Because he's bound so tight in those clothes, dude. The fucking the slacks and shirt. Dude.
You know he's wearing tighty whities for sure. He's got to be.
Damn. Brutal, absolutely brutal.
And so tight. They're a size too small.
Mose is stressing out big time. So she finds out that she's got too much going on because iTeacher is listing off things. They're all matching up with what Mose does, and that's what iTeacher used to do back in school.
Yeah, they're kindred spirits.
It's too much. Yeah.
And that scares Mose. Reasonably.
It scares her into stop caring about school completely.
Yeah, she
dropping
180s.
all of her extracurriculars. Yeah. Not the best move, I would say, Mose.
Well, I mean, she could probably stand to drop a couple extracurriculars at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was the one that she was doing. I think she was either doing like tap or like river dance or something when they first went over to her. And, you could probably drop that one. That's probably unnecessary.
Yeah, I think it was clog dancing or something, like Danish clog dancing.
I mean, the only one she really cares about is volleyball, right? Why don't you just keep doing
volleyball
that?
and woodworking.
Oh, yeah, woodworking is a big part of her personality. We really don't see her do much woodworking.
Not this
days.
season. Maybe that was like a fad
That's
trend.
very season 1.
Maybe that was just like a something she did for a little while and then she outgrew that.
But her locker is still wooden.
Well, sure. How does she retain the same locker year after year?
I have no idea. I
How'd
think
she
she
pull
moves
that
it.
off?
I think she rips the door.
Oh, yeah.
She rips the door off.
That's true.
She's like, I'll swapsy you.
Well, maybe she just saves the original door and she has to switch it back at the end.
Maybe.
That's the price you pay to have customization.
That's true. To have some really sick woodworking.
Yes, personalized. But Ned wigs out. We learn about stress vision. It's like when sometimes you're too stressed, blah, blah, blah. You see the future. You extrapolate to the worst possible scenario. You see Susie with a handsome man with a large, piece taking her. That's what Ned saw. And he was horrified by that.
Yeah, he had like one of those pirate shirts on.
Yeah, he did have a pirate shirt on. It was laced.
Yeah. It was just some blonde fucking dude.
Yeah, just some douche.
Yeah, because basically Susie's been avoiding him / ignoring him.
That's how Ned has been taking it, at least.
Yeah.
But
which she did ignore him in the beginning. The first episode when he was trying to get her attention and she's just fucking walking by him cold style.
That was like...
No.
That is weird because it's like, how do you walk back at that at the end of the episode?
Yeah, the explanation doesn't make sense. That's something you do when you're mad.
Maybe she's just sad and pissy about, like, my fucking dad got a job out of state, and she's just mad at life. Like, maybe, I don't know. Which is what happens ultimately. We find out
they're making up this
fake
ass close to her dad thing, like.
Yeah, we find out it's her dad on the phone the whole time. It's not a suitor. It's her dad.
Yeah, no.
Her estranged pa.
Yeah.
She says
he got a job out of state.
That's what she was told.
In reality, the parents are on the splits. It's not a good situation. Home life is not good for them.
But it is what it is.
I think that's why she was so attracted to Billy before. They had similar home lives,
You'd think that would be like... Yeah, true, maybe. Mm-hmm. Would you want
Where
the same...
was Billy this episode?
Where's Loomer been this whole time? I think he's still recovering from the brain damage that we saw him take the last time we saw him.
I forgot about that. That was some serious brain damage. They were bonking him over the head 20 times in that episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's still not the same. I don't know where Crony and the other guy is, though.
Well, they only go around when he goes around. If he's not there, they're not coming to school.
Maybe he's the shared brain. He's like the
fucking truant's officers coming after him. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, when
Is that a real thing?
if you like don't go to school enough, then yeah, you're supposed.
If you are truant.
Yeah, yeah. If you're a truant, you just play hooky all the day long.
Yeah, all day, every day.
You go to the
They're
bowl.
calling your house. You're fucking smashing your answering machine over your knee.
You're like a middle schooler just out in the world. The world is your oyster. What do? You could go to the bowling alley.
But what can you do? You can't do anything.
You have no money.
You've got no money. You're just going to the bowling alley. It's the only spot they can go. No one asks any questions at a bowling alley.
Yeah, you're like, I'm just hanging out here.
You walk in, you slap $2 on the counter, and you say, "Give me the balls."
No, you just walk. You're like, I'm going to a party over there. You're like, I'm going to that party, and you just walk over there, and then you walk into the arcade.
Well, you got to rent out the balls though to play pool, man.
Pool is the best thing to do at a bowling alley. You're right. That's what we used to do there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could get like an hour for a couple bucks. That's good shit.
Susie,
but fuck Susie, dude.
Yeah, let's go back to the Lisa story, because Lisa, after Cookie and his whole fucking Evelyn thing, he wins. He writes a longer essay.
She's got 1,000 suitors.
Yes, Lisa has a bunch of suitors. So we find out Curly asked her on a date. She said yes. Then Coconut Head asked her on a date. She said yes, but I gotta pencil you in. And then on and on and on, the list of nerds, all the guys that did the rain dance, all the guys that are just all the loser guys, nerd guy
they
2.
They were background characters I had never seen before. These were new nerds.
Even new nerds, yes. Every fucking loser that you couldn't even think of a name for.
Why is she giving them the time of day?
Why should even? Yeah, you could say no. Maybe she needs to learn how to say no.
I don't know what's going on with her, dude. Like, she breaks down and asks Cookie out, and then when Cookie says no, she gets 1,000 dates.
That's true.
There's something going on there.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good self-esteem.
Imagine being in such a bad spot that Cook says no to going out to you, and then you go out with 1,000 nerds.
Yeah, and then and she
spot.
does, and then at the end we see them following her around. They're still trying to bestow gifts to her and such.
Yeah, flowers and shit.
They're just trying to get with her.
It's rough. We also see Mose fail her test that she didn't study for. iTeacher's livid.
Do you know what class that was?
I think it was English. It was because it's iTeacher teaches English, because that's what Cook and Evelyn have too.
Oh yeah, so they turned it into her.
Remember, it was iTeacher like looking at him like, whoa, when they were writing 1,000 essays. They were pulling booklets out of their backpack. These were counterfeit booklets they were bringing in. How do you know Cook didn't already have shit written in those booklets pre-test?
I don't know. I mean, but I think
this was all false, fake.
I think that Cook and Evelyn single-handedly saved the school in the eyes of Mr. Wright as far as the English scores. You know, seating.
I think in the eyes of the superintendent as well. I bet you the superintendent was on his ass about that.
Because it was English where they were slipping. Jefferson Middle.
Imagine slipping in English.
Yeah, and then Jefferson Middle calls you and
it's
they're
your
like,
own language.
James K. Polk, y'all don't know how to speak English?
But then he calls back the principal at Jefferson, and then he's crying on the other line, and he laughs back at him.
Yeah.
So got him, got his ass.
Yeah, that was good. We find out Mr. Wright lived a very sad life. He's a real talk with Cook.
He has the realest talk with Cook that I've ever seen. I didn't think that kind of real talk would happen. He's like, listen, straight up, I had a bad childhood, all right? I only cared about school. I didn't have a single friend. I didn't ask anybody out. No one asked me out.
He's like, sometimes would it have been nice to have a single friend? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, Cook has Cook has at least a couple friends.
Cook's got plenty of friends, and he's also has dated people before.
It's true.
If you can call it that. He dated, right, in like quotes, dated that girl that was in eighth grade that was in his math class or whatever.
Exactly. Vanessa, right?
Yeah, Vanessa with the grandma that he kept throwing down the stairs.
Yeah, that grandma's probably dead now, unfortunately, R.I.P.
She moved out of state with fucking Susie's dad.
And Vanessa, I mean, you think she dropped out of 8th grade? Or
No, she graduated. She went to the fucking 9th grade.
She went to 9th grade. You think she dropped out of high school?
No, I think she was a pretty good student. I think that her roughest patch was hanging out with Cookie.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully it's only upwards for her from there.
Yeah. Hashtag pray for Vanessa.
Yeah, whoever gets... I mean, I think Cookie, you know, he's a good guy. He might drag you down, though.
I think that Cookie has his good things about him, but he also has a lot of flaws. You know, there's stuff to weed through there with him. He's got baggage, we should say.
True.
You know,
you think
he's got a lot of things going on in his life.
You think he has more baggage than Ned?
No, because I think that Cookie comes from an incredibly good home.
You think Ned?
I think Ned's parents are also kind of tricksters, like he is.
His dad's like some sort of a salesman of something.
His dad's like yeah, he's like a used car salesman.
Yeah, that'd be good.
His mom's probably like a waitress or something.
Yeah,
at like a diner, like the local diner. That's what I picture is Ned's home life.
She's an overnight waitress.
Overnight. Yeah, that'd be tight.
She's got a real, I feel, New Jersey accent for some reason.
Well, yeah, they moved over there.
Yeah, she's from
to
there.
Cali, you know. Yeah.
Is his dad also from Jersey, or is his dad from somewhere else?
I think his dad's probably from Long Island or something. And
maybe Nevada.
Then they moved. He's from Reno. Then they moved over to Cali. They were like, we got to get out of this.
Or he's from Arizona. Somewhere where the people are made of leather.
I think Reno for sure.
Wait, no, we think Gordy might be his dad. Gordy's probably from Reno.
Oh, right, yeah.
Gordy's probably from Reno.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The theory that Gordy is his actual father. It's a good theory. It's not a bad theory.
We never see his parents, I don't think, so.
I don't think you ever see any of their parents.
No.
No. Although there is a house party episode, right? That's going to come up. I think.
I remember something like that.
I distinctly remember them going to a party.
Yeah, yeah.
Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong.
I don't think man, who knows? Anything could happen in those last couple episodes.
I did want to say, I forgot to mention this from the last half of last episode of the one that we gave a 5.
Hit me with it.
The song.
Yeah.
Give me a sign. Do it now.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
The Take Me to the Top.
Take me to the top.
That's the song that that plays whenever you're with the Popular Kids.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
It was a good song. No songs in this half, though, I don't think.
No.
They just had the stress meter. That was like their thing.
Yeah, the stress meter, blah, blah, blah. Ned finds out that it was dad the whole time, not a man. He doesn't have to be fucking all butthurt about and shit. He gets with Susie, I guess. They're going to go out, right? And then...
Yeah, they're still fine. They hug it out in the end.
And
they get, you know...
Cookie kind of walks off. He's like, I guess just with his dick in his hand, just like, well, shit, now what?
Yeah, he's like, he tells Evelyn straight up, I don't give a fuck.
he's like,
this whole rivalry thing doesn't matter to me.
He's like, I beat you, and now it's done. Now we're not doing
this
anymore.
Like, you don't get a second shot. We had a 1-to-1 head challenge. You're done.
Yeah, exactly.
And I respect that. It's one and done. He doesn't want to play with it anymore.
He's like, I gotta fucking be on other shit now. I gotta get after things.
Yeah, he's like, don't you know my attention span only lasts 2 days max?
Yeah, he gets heavily into shit and then moves on. I'm surprised that
dips it.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say I hope P. Cookie comes back at some point.
Yeah, some of his alternate characters, that would be good. I'm surprised he's been a cyborg for as long, like that wasn't a fad thing, but I guess that's truly integrated.
That's just who he is.
He must have been a cyborg for so long.
That's who he is. That's in the fabric of his DNA.
Do you think that his parents made him a cyborg?
I think that a lot of alone time in his room made him a cyborg. You know?
Yeah.
Messing with computer parts, building a better,
One can only make
body.
You can only make yourself a cyborg. At the end of the day,
running wires through his pants in order to connect the fucking printer to his GPU.
He does like surgery on his hand. He like actually puts wires into his skin. I don't know how integrated he is though.
He gets like metal poisoning.
It's like a Spider-Man. It's like a Spider-Man superhero like origin story.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty tight.
He's Cyborg, the guy from the Teen Titans, or whatever.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. So what are you giving this episode?
This half. I don't know. So it ends up basically Cookie is dressed exactly like Mr. Right, fucking Mose is dressed exactly like iTeacher, and then Ned is dressed exactly like Gordy in the Gordy hazmat suit, and then they look at each other. They walk up. They're like, holy shit. We're exactly like these people are. And then they, wig out, go their own ways, jumble about, and then the teachers walk off. The kids are just left standing there. Maybe it's not so bad to be like them, and then they realize that would be, they do some goofy shit. Gordy scratches his ass.
Yeah.
Mr. Right stumbles.
I think Mr. Right trips. Yeah.
iTeacher's in a box.
And iTeacher's, yeah, she's like turned the other way, though. She's like facing away from her camera. As if she's walking away.
Yeah. because we can see the screen, but we see the back of her head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no, we don't want to be like them, and then they walk off, and that was the end. But this one, I guess I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I don't know. I thought it was like a little bit better than the last half, but it's not great. It's not good. It's not great.
Yeah. I think I'm right there with you at a 6 out of 10.
Yeah,
I think that's
just a little
right.
bit better
That's
than the last
true.
one.
Yeah. Overall, not great. Definitely weakest of season 3. Possibly weakest of season, any of the seasons. I don't remember giving one this low.
No, yeah.
I think we'd probably given 6 out of 10 before, but I don't know if we ever given 5 out of 10 before.
I don't know. Even last episode, I feel like just it was really the first half of this one especially killed it because just the content of that episode was such nonsense.
Yeah,
just the Missy fucking with Ned plotline was just not good.
It didn't matter. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty much.
But yeah, that's about it. You got any shout outs or anything, man?
We can continue to ask the listeners to reach out to the cast.
That's how we end every episode.
I don't know what else to say except for hit up, Ned. Fucking hit up. I haven't even done this in so long.
You know what? First and foremost, hit up @Harbor_boys.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, like and subscribe
That's
to the channel.
First and foremost.
Like and subscribe. Share this with your friends. With your Ned. Who else has watched Ned's? Maybe
your other Ned heads. If you were like us and you counted stingers of Ned episodes in high school.
This is all about nostalgia. At the end of the day, it's about having fun.
Yeah. It was good to be back, though, even though the episode wasn't very strong.
Yeah, it was. It was nice.
Still nice to record again.
Yeah, so @Lady M Shosters, @Daniel_Curtis_Lee. Actually, Lady M Shosters might not be... did she remove her Instagram or some shit?
I think she deleted all of her social media.
Get her to make her social media re-debut on the Ned's Declassified podcast.
I think there was some sort of thing that I think she did some sort of weird thing where she fucked up on TikTok or something. I didn't look into it. There was some sort of controversy.
She took something real personally. She was real upset, or maybe other people got upset, and then she got upset that people got upset at what she did. She didn't mean to hurt nobody. We know that you're not trying to hurt anybody. All right, Lindsay Shaw.
She can come on the pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys for the next Ned pod. Peace out.